Hi, this is Adam from Wax Pack Gods, the future home of Collection Resurrection, where I will step through all of the 250,000 cards or so from my boyhood collection, organize them, and put it all on video for you to see. I'll also write some articles about it. So if you don't want to miss out on that when it starts happening, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Today, I thought it would be interesting to look at how you can get an idea about which cards out there are the most expensive baseball cards. Um, it's sort of the how the other half lives type of a thing, a vicarious thrill to see what's really, really expensive. We all know about the Honus Wagner baseball cards and Mickey Mantle rookie cards and so forth. But what cards are really selling, really bringing the big bucks? So there are a lot of ways you can do this. Fortunately, we live in this online world, and so we have lots of resources available to us. One of my favorites is a site called pricerealized.com. So we'll go to that. We'll head over there. Now, I've just kind of noticed here recently that the site doesn't appear to be updated very frequently these days. Looks like 2018 has some of the newest pieces from it. But what Price Realized is all about, or at least was all about, was going out, surveying big auction houses and finding the items that have sold kind of on an ongoing basis, and then reporting on them here in the Price Realized database. And you can see some of the items scrolling through here and the prices that they sold for, the year they sold. So you can get just kind of a lot of eye candy and a lot of wish list items or bucket list items or never will have items, whatever the case may be. To get going though, if you want to do something more pointed, you could do start researching now, and it loads up the most recent. So you can see, I think date sold most recent, and they're saying May 17th of 2018. So while you may not see the actual most recent sales here, you'll still see the big prices that cards have brought in relatively near term. This, if you flip this to date sold earliest, you'll see that the database goes way back to what is it? Some of these are so old that the pictures aren't even working. So did not sell. So I think this goes back into like the 90s or something. We can see here. There we go. So there's Red Sox program from 1991. So obviously this was before we had strong online hobby resources. So Price Realized has done a lot of work to get all this data in place. So it's a fascinating historical cross section of what's happening and what has happened at the highest levels of the hobby. So if we go back to, let's say, highest, we'll see some really big things. So $4 million for a Babe Ruth jersey that was sold in May of 2012. But if we limit by card, this usually does a pretty good job of picking up the keyword. We can see some of the most expensive cards that Price Realized reports on. So in April of 18, a Mickey Mantle rookie card sold in PSA 9 for almost $3 million. In April of 2013, a PSA 5 Wagner sold for $2.1 million, and so on. And you can see Wagner and Mantle kind of dominate for a while. And then we've got a near set. The first cards that go beyond 52 Mantle or T206 Wagner are the 51 Bowman Mantle at PSA 9, $750,000, and then a Jim Mint Pete Rose rookie card at $717,000. So pretty outrageous sums there. And if we leave the card keyword in place and go back to most recent, we'll see these cards from May of last year. May of 2018. Um, fast forward or clip forward a few pages. We're still in May of 17 or May of 18. But you can kind of get a good feel for some of the things that are going on. So again, not completely up to date at pricerealize.com anymore, but an interesting site that can give you a good handle on what's been happening in the hobby and which cards are kind of most expensive and actually moving, or were actually moving in 2018 at least. So if you like this video, please, and consider subscribing to us. You can find us online at waxpackgods.com and on Twitter at waxpackgods.